You've been playing board games, haven't you? Viewers of Board Game YouTube channel playing board games without us. The betrayal. From classics to favourites, from weird old games to wonderful new surprises. Let's find out what the viewers have been playing in this month's People's Choice Selections. Players have been choosing railroad tiles first, and I can't be angry at that pun because I wrote this script. Also, pretty sure The Simpsons did it. Railroad Tiles is a sequel to the roll and write series Railroad Inc. and is a quick playing tile placement game in which you pick tiles and place routes to build an interconnected community. Tycoons here are trying to make as many connections as possible while also adding in cars and trains and travellers to populate the tiny little landscape they're creating. And there's objectives to add in as well to boost up the complexity. As just like its predecessor, there's also a bunch of expansions to add in variety as well. So far it's got like 9 expansions, from lakes to monuments to canals, you name it. Luke P has been chugging along with this one, saying, "We played Railroad Tiles for a friend's birthday, and it turned out to be a lot more in-depth than we expected. The familiar roll and write turned into a Carcassonne-like tile placement with a compounding scoring from 3 possible options is a fun puzzle to work within." I was a late adapter to Railroad Inc., but I want to be an earlier adapter to Railroad Tiles. Because it looks, look, it's fun. Tile placement, I said it's fun. I've not played it yet, but I'm excited to. Tile placement, making networks, devious decisions. In this one, you've got to grab like a grouping of tiles and you can only not use a few of them. It's got a charming look to it. I'm excited about it. I can't see a world where I don't enjoy this game, if that makes sense. I think it's going to be good.
This episode is made possible in part by the Game Topper's most recent Kickstarter campaign, which is now open for late pledges through the link in this video's description. 7 years ago, I bought this, my first Game Topper during their original Kickstarter. I love this thing and I still use it. But here is a preview edition of the new version 5.0 Game Topper with a significant number of quality of life improvements. The sectioned tabletop is still portable, is versatile enough to upgrade any table, and, in the case of the Mycroft here, is easily expandable. And its interior is black, as opposed to the original's wood grain, to prevent the interior surface from peeking out around the edges of your mat. And current mats further improve on this anyway, being cut within 2mm precision with double-stitched edges. There's over 34 different prints in 12 sizes that are available in discounted double mat bundles with free windowed storage bags during the campaign. And the mats aren't the only accessory that's been upgraded, because the original cup holders are now collapsible, dishwasher safe, and designed for cans, cups with handles, and large water bottles. And all the previous cup holders and other rail accessories are still compatible. However, the accessory that I am most excited about are the new adjustable height leg kits, which allow the Game Topper to function as its own table. The legs, which can be set between 24 to 40 inches tall, ship early next year, along with the toppers from their most recent Kickstarter, which ended last month. But it's not too late to receive over $300 in savings on options such as the limited edition Oak High Fantasy and Viking themed toppers with laser etched inlays, or new mats with art by Ryan Lockett and Amber Scharf. Because Game Toppers 5.0 late pledges are open now, including 20 unlocked stretch goals and free bonus items. You'll find a link in this video's description to all this stuff, so check it out and prepare to put your games center stage.
Next, our viewers have been unlocking Block and Key, where adventurers place 3D clay blocks into a centralized raised playing area, with the goal of completing their own request cards. But the challenge is made more interesting as the player is limited to their 2D viewpoint. Each turn, adventurers either draw new blocks from the supply or place one block into a shared space. Then they check if they've completed any of their request cards to score points. Mudge has been digging into Block and Key and tells us, trying to use 3D pieces to score all your 2D cards, all while hoping your opponents don't mess up what you've been building, what a challenge. Block and Key isn't the first game to do this. Is there a game called Pueblo? I want to say there's a game called Pueblo. I feel as though that's correct from the recesses of my intricate board game knowledge. But I like the concept, like the idea. There seems to be something very satisfying about the actual blocks in Block and Key. It looks fun. It looks like I'll be angry whilst playing, but it also looks fun. Carving its own path now is Ukiyo-e, a game that transports us back to 1867 with wooden teeth and polio. Well, and also the World's Fair in Paris, which sparked a craze for Japanese art and culture. Art galleries started specializing in Japanese ukiyo-e print, and they were all established, and ukiyo-e became known around the world, if not a tongue twister in my mind. And as art dealers specializing in this exciting new style, players aim to hold successful solo exhibitions. They do this, of course, by laying down sets of cards, and players need at least 2 cards if that type hasn't been played, or more cards than already on the table if it has been. After which, any cards of the same type on the table are then discarded, but we don't need all the rules right now, because the round ends when one player has 6 types of art, or the deck runs out. But players, and this is the twist, score only the lowest value card in each set on the table. Clementine T has been struck by this Victorian art craze, saying, "I just couldn't say no when I saw this beautiful little box." Ukiyo-e is a reprint of a reprint of a reprint. I think it's Crazy Chickens, Drive, Littlewood. There's another one. Call to Glory. That's what it is. It's all the same game. And I used to own Call to Glory, got rid of it, regretted it. But now Ukiyo-e is out, and I'm excited about it. It's a classic set collection card game with a lot of tense decisions, and you're trying to gain sets and then beat out other people's sets, and then there's that extra twist at the end. And yes, this one happens to have just beautiful art that I have this side that I like. I'm all in. According to their own tourist board, the Isle of Skye is one of the most beautiful places in the world. They would say that, wouldn't they? Even if it was terrible, but it is quite nice. And according to us, it's a tile-laying game where chieftains of famous clans want to build their kingdoms to score as many points as possible. Each game is different, depending on the scoring objectives, but having enough money is useful no matter what. Managing that money, though, that can be tricky, as each turn chieftains place 2 area tiles in front of them and set their price. Setting a high price is great, but only as long as someone actually pays the price, because if no one opts to buy the tile, then the seller has to buy it at the price they requested. Peter E. has always been a great chieftain, according to his autobiography, saying, "A great implementation of changing goals." You know what? I'm looking at my copy of Isle of Skye right there, from Chieftain to King. What I feel like it's not a hidden gem, because it's not hidden, you know, but it's just not talked about as much anymore. Isle of Skye, it's brilliant. It's Carcassonne-esque in the way that you're building things out on your board, but it's got this bidding at the start of each round, which I find hilarious and a lot of fun, because you want to sell your tiles high, but not so high that no one buys them. And you're trying to judge the cost of the tile versus how many points it'd be worth to you, and all these kind of machinations going on in your mind. Isle of Skye is one I need to get off my shelf soon. Jockeying for position now is Jokkmokk the Winter Market, where you'll be surprised and shocked to discover that in the tranquil city of Jokkmokk, there is a winter market going on. A world famous winter market, apparently, and it's a folk festival as well. Honestly, it sounds great. As visitors here, players gather their family members for a lovely trip around the merchant stores of this folk festival, collecting up souvenirs and trinkets. But racing ahead to grab the best things may sound great, but those left behind will have the chance to grab bargains from the items overexcited visitors may have passed up on. Chris C has been perusing the stalls with this one, telling us that "I picked this up on a whim during a WizKids sale because I'm a fan of rondels and games with interchangeable card sets. It's a very light, great family weight game. The variety of cards should lend this one some good replayability." I love that mechanism where the person has a turn and they can go as far around the track as they want. But it's not their turn again until they're at the end. So you can race ahead and get stuff. But if you don't, everyone else gets loads of stuff and you're gonna, it's great. What a decision. Love it. Glenn Moore does this as well. There's quite a few games. But this mixes that with a kind of Sushi Go style card collecting system where you want sets of cards and they score differently. You want a bunch of snow globes that go into a pyramid, or you want 3 of these cards but not 4 of them. That type of thing. This has passed me by, and I do think I will enjoy this game. So I'm on the lookout particularly to play this one. Now it's time to bet on Kobayakawa, a game of bluffing and deduction with only 15 cards and 32 tokens. The rules are simple. The game is simple, frankly, but here you've got to play the players as much as you're playing the game. Each player starts with 4 tokens and is dealt 1 card face down, which you can look at. And on your turn, you either draw a card to your hand and then discard one of your cards, or turn over the top card of the deck to replace the current Kobayakawa, which is this card in the middle of the table. You want the highest card at the end of the round, and if you think you've done that, you can bet on it, which is exciting. The twist is, the player with the lowest card in the round adds their value of their card to the card that's in the middle of the table as well. So you never really know what's going to happen. Kenneth K has been gambling with Kobayakawa, saying, this is a twisted game of go high and hope you beat the low card, or go low and hope with the pot you can beat the high cards. It's often a game of 1 point either way, since it only takes 1 minute per round. You just play many times. Kobayakawa. I've got a history with this game. It's one of those games that I was super excited to get because it just looked interesting to me. And it's vaguely Japanese, so I like that. It's an Oink game. There's an Oink version of it. And I played it, and it just didn't hit with the group I played it with. And I was so disappointed, because I really enjoyed it. It's one that I would love to get again and try again, because I'm still convinced that it's a great game. And I know I like it. I just need to find the right group. I just wish I'd never got rid of it. It's a great little game. Lining up next is Sequence Dice, which, surprising no one, is the dice version of one of the most popular games ever, even though we'd overthink about it being so, the Sequence. Here, players strive to get 5 of their tokens in a row, and to do that, they roll a pair of dice to determine where they can put each token. Each number has 4 squares associated with it, except the 10s, which remove an opponent's token, and 11, which is wild, and the 2s and 12s, which give you a bonus turn. It's the whole game. It's a dice version of a family classic. Stephen F. has been spending time with Sequence Dice, telling us that it's simply fun and also funly simple. My immense love of dice games is inversely proportional to my ability to roll good. There's no denying that Sequence Dice is a simple and light game, but simple and light games, to me, are not a negative word to pull about games. Is it fun? You roll the dice and you've got some options, essentially, of where you can place your token out to get your 5 in a row. But there's a charm to these games, I feel, and I know that I would enjoy playing this. I enjoy playing Sequence, which is why I'm pretty sure I'd enjoy this. I don't know if I'd like it more or less than Sequence, but I'm certainly give it a try. It's time to rise and shine now with Sleeping Queens, where the Pancake Queen, the Ladybug Queen, and 10 of their closest friends have fallen under a sleeping spell, and it's your job to wake them up. In Sleeping Queens, players need to use strategy, quick thinking, and a little dose of luck to rouse these napping nobles from their royal slumber. 12 queen cards lie face down on the table, and on a turn, players take 1 action from their cards in their hand. Play a king to awaken and claim a sleeping queen. Play a knight to steal someone else's queen, unless she's got a dragon for protection. That'll do it. Play a potion to send a queen to sleep, unless she's got a wand for protection. Normally does it. Use a jester to try out your luck with the top of the deck, or discard 1 or more of your cards to draw more cards. That's a key part of the game, that little bit at the end there. That's huge. Each queen card has a point value on it, and whenever all the required queens have been awakened, the game ends, and whoever's got the most points on the queen cards wins. Thomas B has been making noise for Sleeping Queens and says, "One for the parents out there. I recently played my 50th game of Sleeping Queens with my 7-year-old. She adores the light maths-based game." Sleeping Queens is one of those games that's always passed me by, but I've always seen it. And I like games that come in little boxes, and I do have a 7-year-old niece who likes queens and kings and dragons and dinosaurs and the Lion King. She likes lots of things, but I think she would like this. I've struggled with her and games because I really wanted to play Nations. But this might be a good one. I'd not considered getting a copy of this to play with my niece, and I do think I'm on Similo at the moment with her. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping. Maybe Sleeping Queens is the one to try with her. I should try it out. All Rise now for High Rise, which has nothing to do with All Rise. It's just Rise, the strategic city building game with a bit of corruption. You see, players can get bonuses on their actions by gaining corruption, but the game will periodically penalise the most corrupt players, and everyone loses victory points for corruption at the end of the game. So really you just need to be less corrupt than everyone else. Actions include collecting resources, constructing buildings, and repaying favours. And the whole game works on a one-way track, like Jockmock that we were talking about earlier, where you can go as far as you'd like, but you'll only get another turn when everyone else passes you. There are points to be earned from the floors in your buildings, powers to be gained from tenants, and of course, corruption to help or hinder you as you build. Drew A isn't corrupt, and he really wanted me to state that very clearly, as he says, All Play rescued the Kickstarter campaign for High Rise's expansion, and its recent arrival has me bringing me back to the table again, and it's clever and highly interactive, combining a rondel like the one in Tokaido, mixing it with area control games. Scoring is always incredibly tight because you have to make a choice, accept corruption to get ahead, but if you don't clean up your act, it will cost you points at the end, and that can cost you the game. The mechanisms are so simple, but the competition is fierce. Gil Hover designed this game, and my corruption straight up front. He's a great guy. High Rise had a little problem with it, other than the problem with Kickstarters and all this type of stuff. But it's the fact that it's presented like a heavier game than it actually is. Because it's in the box size and just slight style of something that looks like it might be an Eagle Griffin Lacerda game. But it's not. It's not that at all. The playing of this game is smooth and sweet and sharp and corrupt. And it's so satisfying. You see all these huge buildings that you're building. You put little buildings on top of stuff. And your options, you have all these options because you've got all the spaces in front of you. But you just go to the next best spot for you. And hopefully that's also the spot that the person behind you wants to go to. And you collect resources and build floors and get some special powers. And the special powers are all really cool and they help you get extra resources or they essentially break all the rules of the game. Looks can be deceiving, and High Rise is one of those that really embodies that. I really think if you enjoy mid-weight area control building actions and that kind of Euro game, you should try it. It's a great game, is what I'm trying to say. High Rise is fantastic. And the final game to bloom for our viewers this month is Ohanami. Ohanami consists of a deck of 120 cards that are numbered from 1 to, unsurprisingly, 120. And each card has one of 4 colours on it, and you better believe that that's massively relevant. As 3 rounds go by, players will draft and place cards based on their value into 3 columns. The game calls them gardens, but let's be real, they're columns. Cards have to be played sequentially, so it's key to be careful not to block off options as your columns grow. The twist is that the 4 colours score differently. Blues score at the end of every round, so every blue you get is good. And early blues means you're going to score them multiple times. Greens score you more points, but only after round 2 and round 3. Greys score you even more points, but only after round 3. And pink cards score at the end of the game based on a multiplier. But it's a huge multiplier, and you can get massive points, and you can be 120 or 150 points behind in this game. But if you've got a bunch of pinks out, let me tell you, that's going to make a big difference by the end of the game. It's Gemma Q who's been playing Ohanami, saying simply, this is just a perfect little game. I just agree so much. Ohanami is such a brilliant little game. There's quite a few games where you play cards sequentially, and lots of little card games. But there's something about this, you draft the cards. So you've got a hand of 10 cards, I think, and then you pass them around and you take 2 and you add them to your columns. And you want to get some really good runs of numbers, like I got the 63, the 64, and the 65. But let me tell you, that's not going to happen very often. And if you see someone else who's got a huge run of cards, you're taking it. Just to break it for them. But it's so simple, so fun. There's something really charming about this. It's a light, filler little game. And the artwork's, I like it, but it's a little washed out, even for the style, which has that kind of like washed out artwork. But yeah, something really wonderful about this. And it works really good at 2 players as well, which I was not expecting to be the case. But there's like a 2-player rules variant, which works fantastically. And that I actually use in other games sometimes. It's great. Ohanami it's a great little card game that kind of gets lost in the shuffle of all the little card games out there, but I highly recommend that. I just think it's good. Man, we've talked about some games that I really like this month. And that's a sampling of what our viewers have been playing. To join the discussion for next episode, follow the link in the description to our Patreon to find out how to pick the games featured in the People's Choice. And to see the games on our own personal radars, continue on to this month's On the Radar episode. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you over there.